The deen should not always make you comfortable. Every lecture that you come to, every lecture that you listen to, that you read online, or that you read whatever, it shouldn't always make you happy and feel go-lucky and stuff like that. That's not always how it is. The Prophet ﷺ, many times he would give encouragement to his Sahaba, and he would make them feel hype and excited, looking forward to Jannah. Oh, you do this, you're going to get this. You do this, you're going to get this. And other times the Prophet ﷺ would scare the daylights out of the Sahaba. And he would talk to them in such a way. Sometimes Nabi ﷺ is leaning against the wall, and he is telling them, stay away from this, stay away from this, stay away from this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sometimes, just like in this ayah, in the previous ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talked about Jannah. There's everything waiting for the believers. And so at times, the deen should make you a little bit anxious. And other times it should make you a little bit anxious and a little bit worried. If your deen is always making you anxious and worried, that's a problem. And if your deen is always making you happy and looking forward, that's also a problem. You should also be a little bit afraid. You should be afraid that, I don't know. Am I a real Muslim or a fake Muslim? And our scholars, they talk about, the Salaf, they talk about this. لا يأمن من النفاق إلا المنافق. That the only person who considers himself or herself to be free from hypocrisy is a hypocrite. A true believer is always afraid. Am I actually a true believer? Am I actually sincere in what I do? In one of our teachers, he prays 100 raka'at nafil salah every single day. Nafil, 100 nafil every day. And he himself has said, if Allah only accepts one of my sajdas that I do in my entire life, I'm going to be happy. All I need is Allah to accept one sajda. That's it. Why? First, and every single one of us should be concerned that, there's 2 billion Muslims out there. And who knows how many, billions, if not trillions of Muslims there will be until the end of time. And all their deeds will be there. Now you compare the deeds, imagine if there's 2 billion Muslims today, and every single Muslim in the world has done one good deed today. That means 2 billion deeds have been presented in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from the believers. What makes your deeds stand out? What makes you stand out? Is yours going to be the one that's shining, it's going to be bright and special in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? We should ask ourselves this. And he continues subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he says, so that's fourth one, is وَغَرَّتْكُمُ الْأَمَانِيُّ. And actually the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ comes to mind, in which he says, الْكَيِّسُ مَنْ دَانَ نَفْسَهُ وَعَمِلَ لِمَا بَعْدَ الْمَوْتِ وَالْعَاجِزُ مَنْ أَتْبَعَ نَفْسَهُ هَوَاهَا وَتَمَنَّى عَلَى اللَّهِ الْأَمَانِ. And he says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the intelligent person is the one who, his lower self, the carnal desires that he has, he keeps them in check. He keeps them in check. And he prepares for the hereafter. And he says, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the foolish person is the one who gives in to all of his desires. This person who thinks before they speak. A person who just follows, who runs behind their desires. Like a person today, if you go outside, by the way, people chasing after their dogs, it's like right after Maghrib, if you just, it happens like, Shana, actually we live pretty close, right? Sometimes I'll go from my house to the masjid, and he can relate to. And I will see, literally, it's like a 2-minute drive to the masjid, and I see at least 8 people, 9 people, walking their dogs, running. That's an embarrassment, I'm telling you, right? The dog is leading you. Where is it going to lead you to, my friend? This is what you're going to follow in this life? What are you going to follow in the hereafter? Right? Allah give us tawfiq. Anyways, and so these are people Allah and Nabi sallallahu finally, the believers will say to the fake believers, حَتَّى جَاءَ أَمْرُ اللَّهِ وَغَرَّكُمْ بِاللَّهِ الْغَرُورِ. And they will say that until the command of Allah came, and this refers to, according to most scholars, death itself. Until death came to you, and then at that moment, when death, Malakul Maut, is standing in front of that person, they will realize what really happened, what truly happened to that person. And they're going to realize that they were tricked, and they were deceived. And then that person will say, قَالَ رَبِّ رْجِعُونَ. At that moment, they will call out to Allah. Every one of those people will call out to Allah. And they will say, Allah, send me back, send me back. I hope that I will do good deeds. I hope that I will do all the good deeds and the things that I left behind. All that money that I said I was going to give in charity is just sitting in my bank balance. I have no way to give it away now. And the person will say, all that time, all the hajj and umrah that I was going to do, not going to be able to do it. All the sajdas and the salahs and all those fasting and all the Quran that he was supposed to read, and all the times that he's going to come to the masjid, all the times he's going to take care of his mom, take care of his dad, all those opportunities, I will avail those opportunities if you give me one more chance. The Stoics, they had a saying, they would say that a person has 2 lives. Every person has 2 lives. And the second life begins when he realizes he only has one. The second life begins when he realizes he only has one. That when you close your eyes for the final time in this life, you will open them in a new reality, and you will see what you could have never anticipated, what you could have never guessed. All these movies that they're making out there, all these, what is this, Marvels and all this kind of garbage, right? All that stuff, all this CGI over the top. They talk about the multiverse, and they talk about gods and demons and blah, blah, all that stuff. What is that? That is their attempt to replicate the unseen. That's it. They have no notion of that, no idea of it. We have it right here in this book. You open this book, this is all the unseen. Allah's telling you exactly what it is. And He says, subhanahu wa ta'ala, that when you close your eyes in this life for the final time, you will open them in a new reality. This is not the real reality. All this around us is fake. When you open them up for real, then you will see what no movie, no book, no illustration could have ever prepared you for.